Hello and welcome to VHS Era. For the month of February, we are going to be doing a two videos on the movie Bebe's Kids, and what better way to do to kickstart this than having two white guys talk about but in fairness, this is just about the VHS. This isn't about really the movie itself. And the reason that I chose David is because he is simultaneously an animation fan as well as someone who has experience working at an amusement park. Could you talk about that a bit, David?
That is very true, very true. I mere a mere half hour ago, I just clocked out of helping Snoopy out at Knott's Berry Farm today. I I've been working at Knott's Berry Farm for several years now. I was a performer at Knott's Scary Farm for several years. And now I am a character host in the daytime, helping out Snoopy and Charlie Brown, and also the original characters that only the nerds care about, like Whittles and Boysenbear. Uh, and long before that, about 15 years ago, or 13, 14 years ago now, I worked at SeaWorld Orlando in food service for a while. And that was its own level of ordeal. Uh, and yeah, I've always been a theme park fan, and I've worked in my fair share of theme parks over time. And I can't say I've seen any full-on Baby's Kids scenarios happening, but I have definitely seen rambunctious children, and adults trying their best to keep them under control.
Yes. Now, uh, here's something I think we can all relate to, though. The At least if you're a millennial, I'm
Mhm.
not sure if anyone born in the 2000s can relate to this as much. The 2000s are right. I forgot. It's 2026, which means there might even be people who were born in the 2010s watching this. Great.
Hmm, I
Makes
I
me
don't know
feel
how I feel
old.
about that. The passage of time is uncomfortable to me.
Yes. But sorry anyone who is like 16 years old and is watching this. Because I know that I started watching videos like this around then, but
I didn't mean to dehumanize all our 16-year-old listeners just now.
yeah, me neither. Anyway, uh, for us millennials, I should say,
Mhm.
um, I know I can relate to this. But can you relate to this idea that of going to a video store and there'd always be the same movie you'd always pass by?
Yeah, there were definitely a couple of stalwarts on the shelves at the video stores I'd go to when I was younger.
Yeah, I'd say Bebe's Kids was definitely one of those movies I always remember passing by. Uh, Whenever I was at Blockbuster, I think Meteor Man is another example, which also had Faison Love and John Witherspoon in it. Theodore Rex is another video store stalwart movie. Uh,
That's one of those movies that just existed fully formed in video stores. Like they built the first Blockbuster and then Theodore Rex just materialized.
I think that is definitely the case. Or oh, for or Under the Rainbow is another movie that just seemed to exist in video stores. Yeah, can you just think of examples of like movies that just seem to exist as always Star Wars on a video store shelf?
There were a couple that I would pass by that I would like see in the store and like years later try to remember like was that a real thing that existed or did I just imagine? Because it's like I'd see a cover for a VHS for like a made for TV movie called like Archie Returned to Riverdale that was like a live action movie that was like about Archie's high school reunion. And I would see just the VHS of that, and my brain just wouldn't process that that was actually real. But I would always see it at our local Blockbuster, and this was long before they went in a completely different direction with live action Archie television, uh,
Yeah.
with the Riverdale extended universe. But
Yeah. Well, actually, my friend Gary Kruger was in that movie, and I actually talked to him a bit
oh, that's amazing.
when we talked about the about his tenure on Saturday Night Live. Yes, if you know who, if you've heard that name before, it is that
Yes,
Gary
yes.
Kruger.
Very cool,
Um,
very cool.
yeah, but yes, he did talk about how he had to about filming the Jughead rap.
This was a movie I never rented and never sought out, so I have no opinions on the movie itself other than being confused by its existence on the Blockbuster shelf.
Well, then I just
But
spoiled that there is a Jughead rap in that movie. I've never seen the whole
I,
movie either.
I haven't decided if that makes me more or less interested in seeking it out. But
Yeah,
it definitely it definitely did something to my interest.
yeah, no, I've just seen that clip. No, I wouldn't. If anything that deterred me from the movie, or yeah, I can also see that movies that you just would pass by in Blockbuster, and we're like, wait, was that a real movie? Like another
Mhm.
one, I don't know if it was Blockbuster. I know it was somewhere. Mr. Bill's Real Life Adventures. I feel like I
Oh,
passed by that in some video store, and it's like I could
yeah.
barely find any proof other than an IMDb page and just that memory that it existed for the longest time.
I feel like that's another one I looked up at one point because it seemed weird, and I looked this up like a decade ago. I was like, I feel like I found out Peter Scolari plays Mr. Bill in live action, which is fascinating casting if I'm remembering that correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. It's like he has a family or something, but God, also there's like being a video store shelf movie has kind of in general is maybe kept some movies in the lar that were critically lambasted stick in memory, like the other Paramount animated movie from 1992 is Cool World, was a video store shelf movie I always
Sure.
remember passing by. Super Mario Brothers, yet another video
Hmm.
store shelf movie, always saw passed by that one as well.
Yeah, yeah. These were Cool World was definitely one for me that I would always see, and I'd be like, it would be a cover that would be both intriguing and off-putting to me at the same time. Where it's like I'm looking at it with like I can tell someone at some point was going for a Roger Rabbit thing, and I don't know if I like the direction just from looking at this cover. And uh, somehow I don't think this will be the end of us talking about Cool World tonight.
You might be right about that. In fact, should we get to the VHS trailers themselves and
Let's do
see?
it.
During his 10 years in prison, Jack Deebs created his own world. It made him very successful.
You're Jack Deebs, the creator of Cool World, right? I can't believe this.
Now he thinks he's going home to the real world. But he's wrong. Real wrong.
Welcome to my world.
You're not in Kansas anymore. Freeze. Cool World Police. I'm a cartoonist. I drew all this.
This place exists with or without you.
Get a little closer. They're here, babe. Give him a kiss. Go away. I'm out of here.
I've been waiting for you, darling.
Noids do not have sex with doodles. It's the oldest law in Cool World. If that happens, you call me. I got it, boss.
Since it's only a dream, indulge your fantasies.
The man is in the bedroom.
Are you gonna follow the rules? Or are you gonna follow your instincts?
You're about to make an unscheduled trip to the other side. Buster. This is gonna be the biggest disaster the Cool World has ever seen. Stop! Cease!
Nobody's gonna stop me now.
You look good in the flesh. It's almost a shame I gotta take you back.
I just want to be real.
You gotta slow down.
Not on your life, pal.
Enough out of you, kitty. This place should be erased.
Hey, it's a living.
Cool World.
We may not be real to you as yet, but we will be.
It was the very first trailer.
Yep.
Like, now, I'll have to say the movie itself is terrible. Uh, but funnily enough, because the first trailer for the Matrix VHS had another infamous movie as the first trailer, Wild Wild West.
Oh, sure.
And in that case, the trailer actually made it look watchable enough. It's the same thing here. Like, if you were just looking at this trailer on its own and not the full movie, does kind of look kind of cool and fun. Like, it's a bit of like kind of a more intriguing. It looks like it'll be similar to Roger Rabbit, but taken in a bit of an edgier direction, even more of a film noir direction. Like, looking at this, it almost looks like it'd be kind of a fun movie and not the clusterfuck the final product was.
Right. It's, knowing what Cool World ends up being, you can see you can see the chaos in here. But yeah, if you're willing to give it the benefit of the doubt, you can see how that might be intriguing. I tell you, I have not seen the movie Bebe's Kids. I might not have ever seen it in full, and if I have, it hasn't been for a very long time. So I don't remember how horny the movie Bebe's Kids is, but that's definitely a very horny trailer to put before another animated movie. The Cool World trailer. Cool World, I know, is a very horny movie, and that Cool World trailer was extremely horny to put in front of a VHS that a child might be watching.
Well, as someone who had to rewatch Bebe's Kids for the other podcast,
Mhm.
it is actually a fairly horny movie.
Okay.
Most of the time, the horniness is whenever it's focusing on the adults. Don't worry.
Sure, sure.
Okay, although that baby is way too into Vegas at the end, I'll just say that.
Let me up out of here, baby. Vegas at last. Now this is my kind of town. 4-1 for the Pope one. 6-8 running mates. Boxcars don't stretch me out now. Las Vegas in effect, baby.
But most of the time, when gets horny, when it's really about the adults and when it's focusing on the adults and their relationships. And also, I guess, to be fair, like, I covered the 2003 Roger Rabbit VHS, and Roger Rabbit is already a pretty horny movie on its own.
True, but the trailers for Roger Rabbit aren't so explicit about the rules of sex in this world as the trailer for Cool World was.
Yeah, though also you could say that as horny of a movie as Roger Rabbit was, like, like I said, like, actually, what's weird about, okay, what about Roger Rabbit is like
Mhm.
uh well, for the longest time I noticed both Cool World and Bebe's Kids had a talking baby in it, and I thought they were just trying to be like Baby Herman.
Oh, sure.
Turns out though, the talking baby actually did come from the Bebe's Kids Robin Harris act.
Okay.
I still do think that the character was still at least partially inspired by Baby Herman at times. But Cool World also had a talking baby who I think is supposed to be like Baby Herman, but I don't know because that would be applying logic to Cool World, and nothing about Cool World has logic to it. You could have made that baby just a really short guy, wouldn't change a thing about the character, but that's because nothing about Cool World has logic. It's like one of Holly's goons is a talking baby because, I don't know, Roger Rabbit did it.
Because why not? Because why not? But Ralph Bakshi would deny being influenced by Roger Rabbit at all, and yet,
Well, I'm sure he wasn't influenced, but
yes,
Paramount's
exactly.
producers were. In fact, I kind of thought that, well, the fact that both movies had a talking baby was like a John Peters giant spider scenario where where some executive at Paramount or producer really fell in love with Baby Herman and was just like trying to force in Baby Herman like characters. Before I listened to the Robin Harris stand-up act and got
Mhm.
more cultural context there, at least for that particular character. But even that being said, just back to Cool World as a whole and not focusing on a minor character from that movie, like that is probably the most watchable Cool World is ever gonna look. That's
Probably.
Join superstars Arsenio Hall and Magic Johnson.
Most people are scared to really talk about AIDS, and that's what's keeping the ignorance alive. We have to continue to educate our youth.
Plus a variety of today's most popular entertainers.
Are you guys on top of it? Do you know what it is?
Together, they're going to inform you all about AIDS and the HIV virus.
We can do a lot just by talking about it. To our friends, to our parents, to our teachers.
If you've been exposed, it can take your body up to 6 months to produce enough HIV antibodies to be detected by the tests.
Y'all ready for this?
Come on. Experience an educational and entertaining program about one of the most important subjects in the world today. Come on.
It's a great passion. Is it real? Is it real?
Take the time out to see this video.
I learned that I was HIV positive through being placed in a group home through Department of Children's Services.
I found out I was HIV positive and my daughter Megan was HIV positive in December of 1989.
The HIV virus could be in your body and you wouldn't even know it.
An extraordinary home video presentation from Arsenio Hall Communications and Paramount.
I'm living proof, brother, that it can happen to anyone.
Time Out. The truth about HIV, AIDS, and you.
So between this and Friday, why is it that every time I cover, how do I choose my words carefully here? Why do I feel like there's some weird cultural context that I am not equipped to understanding why there's always something related to AIDS. But that being said, while I'm sure Magic Johnson and Arsenio Hall had the best intentions at heart creating that, the celebrities they got to be in it sound like they're being forced to be there at gunpoint, and I hate to say it, it makes the trailer unintentionally hilarious.
Yeah, I want to be very delicate with my thoughts on this because it was a no doubt well-meaning attempt to broach a serious subject with the youth. Uh, in the most how do you do fellow kids way imaginable, it looks like from the editing style and it's like it's a subject that we need. It's a subject that deserves to be taken seriously, and they're throwing Pauly Shore and Urkel in our faces.
Yeah, yeah, and they're having a big raps on it. It really does try and it's basically the cartoon all-stars to the rescue of sitcom stars.
It's yeah, it's like the the midpoint, you know, if you divide Earth Day Special by Cartoon All Stars to the Rescue, you get Timeout. It seems like it's it's the shot in there of Malcolm Jamal Warner. He's like leaning back and talking so dryly about the subject, and I just feel like I'm thinking you should be taking this more seriously, dude. And then I see that credit frame at the end, and Malcolm Jamal Warner directed this.
Well, really, because I mean, look, the guy definitely found a better way to educate the youth a year later with well, I don't know if it was actually his idea, but he did do those wraparound segments on the Magic School Bus, so
True, true. I mean, I say this with no disrespect to Malcolm Jamal Warner. The tonal whiplash just seems so odd in that particular commercial.
yeah, the whole tonal whiplash of this whole commercial, it's just like again, it's like they're trying so hard to be hip and cool, but they're doing it in a way that they kind of downplay the seriousness
Hmm.
of what they're trying to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. And it is tough to know how to broach subjects that are this serious in a way that will be that will reach kids because the whole wave, the 90s were full of edutainment, attempts to reach out to kids and teach them things while also entertaining them. And this is definitely a subject that raising awareness about was important. I don't know if selling a separate VHS all about it was the method that makes the most sense. I don't know if like sales for the VHS were donated or anything like that, but to make it such a marketing push for, buy our video about the truth about AIDS. It's got all your favorite stars in it. Just feels very at best tone deaf.
Yeah, it's very We Are the World
Yeah.
coded.
And
Or
I don't
or
know.
or even for a more recent example, it's very the Imagine video with that Gal Gadot
Oh,
did
sure. See, but
coded.
at least that they didn't sell. That was just, out there.
It was
Uh,
a bunch of well-meaning celebrities attempt at making
yeah.
everyone else feel better, but it was like, yeah, but you're doing it in your mansions, and we can
Yeah.
barely afford, and we might be out on the street. We don't really feel better seeing you in luxury. Sorry.
Yeah.
Give me those. Ouch. What did you want?
Mommy's here! Get no exterminator! I have tarantulas in my house! Get over here now!
So that was the cartoon, the Itsy-Bitsy Spider, which I will say if Cool World seemed a little too adult for Bebe's kids, this seemed a little too family friendly for Bebe's kids.
Yeah.
On it, but I do know like I think they had some of the same crew working on both, which is probably why it appeared before Bebe's kids. Um, I will also say my thoughts on the short itself is that the animation is well done, which is surprising because the animation for Bebe's kids is rather inconsistent. It's fine in places and then sloppy in others. There's only really only like one cool animated sequence, and But here the animation is actually great. Jim Carrey is the exterminator. That might be another
Mhm.
reason they had it because he was doing In Living Color at the time, so he had kind of appeal with the urban
Mm.
demographic, and he is completely, you can barely tell it's him. It sounds more like Patrick Warburton to me.
I'm the exterminator, here to desquirminate, anti-verminate, and totally obscurminate your household pets.
Yeah, he's doing a character, definitely. He's kind of doing a like I feel like he's kind of going for like a Jack Webb sort of dragnet, like a very deadpan thing, but he seems to be doing an amalgamation of a couple of his impressions. Um and yeah, Thora Birch was the little girl.
Yeah, like before she became famous, and like again, she did a pretty good job. Andrea Martin did good, even though it's a voice you've
Mhm.
heard her do like a million times, but it works.
Yeah.
Um, and I will only say is like it's a cute enough short. It's just I will just say like I thought it was funnier like when it was like during the more crazy stuff, like him turning into a robot out of nowhere,
Of outer latex insulation in progress. Drop and roll, drop and roll.
or them using all these guns just to take down this one spider, or like how they had a car as a type of spider.
Ariceps,
No.
Viceria premandibularis, Alpha Romeo.
I think when it was just like bug nuts insane, it was funnier, and I kind of wish it had kept that like more and more insane momentum going.
There's definitely a lot going on here. There's a lot of just a lot of quipping, a lot of framing in pop culture references. Frank Welker as the Spider just sings G.I. Joe for a second there for very little reason. I noticed that the script was written by Michael O'Donoghue, which
I
is
noticed that too.
wild to me. The man who said he doesn't write for felt. The man who strangled a Big Bird doll when having to write the Land of Gorge sketches on SNL, then was apparently talked into writing this.
No, maybe he became a family man or something.
Maybe,
But
maybe.
yeah, but it's an okay Looney Tunes inspired short
Yeah,
overall.
it's all right. It's like I think I like what it's going for more than what it actually is. I was looking into this and I guess this did get spun off into a TV series that I have literally
Yes.
never heard of.
Yeah,
It
I heard of that too, and I'm thinking like, how do you sustain a entire TV series for this?
I don't know if it was like, you know, like a lot of cartoons where there were just like multiple recurring segments and like the spider was just one of them and then there were other side characters. But I did see that in when it went to series, the exterminator was played by Matt Frewer. So, you know, Max Headroom comes in to fill in for Jim Carrey when it goes to series.
Yeah, because well, I mean, especially by then, like
Hmm.
Jim Carrey had hit it big. Actually, it's funny, that actually I would say Carrey's performance is probably the best part of this short because
Hmm.
apparently he hated making this short and it turned him off from voice acting for like 15, 16 years until Blue
Wow.
Sky gave him the check to do Horn Hears a Who, of course.
Hmm.
And then, he did A Christmas Carol and he hasn't done voice acting since. Though, what I always find funny when it comes to Carrie and animation is of all characters he auditioned for, all animated characters, it was Prince Eric, the Little Mermaid Prince Eric.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Like, yeah, I'm just wondering what that would have been. Like, he would have been so restrained. Like, imagine him going from Prince Eric to Ace Ventura. Anyway, I think it is now time for the age-old question, but we're gonna add two new entries because this is indeed a Bebe's Kids themed video. which is stay through the previews, skip to the feature, and the two new entries are deal with Bebe's kids working at the park wrecking the park you work at, or changing Baby Tone Loc's diaper. Actually, you know what? No. Change Baby Tone Loc's diaper first because there was a disgusting recurring gag in Baby's Kids where that baby was always had shit in his diaper. Nobody was fucking changing it. It was gross. It wasn't funny. I was just thinking someone changed that damn kid when as I was watching it. So change that kid's diaper first. And then afterwards, I mean the AIDS trailer is terrible. The Cool World trailer is the best it's gonna look. The cartoon is okay, so I guess mildly stay through the previews.
I think what's fascinating about what goes on before this movie is we've got two trailers and an animated short, and every single thing feels like it's aimed at a different age demographic.
Exactly.
Cool World, obviously aimed at adults. The AIDS preview is aimed at teens. And I think if I was a little kid, I would love Itsy-Bitsy Spider. And as an adult, it just doesn't do that much for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like depending on what age you're watching it, skip to a different thing in the previews each time.
Yes, that's actually what I wanted to say though. Like I was thinking like separately, there are varying levels of quality, but also
Mhm.
there is varying levels of age demographics, which I guess is true to the Bebe's Kids spirit of is this for adults? Is this for kids? Not even the people who decided which trailers go in it could tell. uh
Yeah, you aim for everybody and end up reaching nobody.
so anyway, thank you again, David, for coming on to the show.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure.
Yeah, so do you have anything to plug?
I have all of my links at doggins.com. That links to all the things I do. I have various projects scattered about various YouTube channels. On youtube.com/ at riffin with doggins. I riff on public domain footage, MST3K style. On my main channel, youtube.com/doggins, I have a whole bunch of videos on various topics, including several theme park videos and several videos on various other just nostalgic hyperfixations of mine. And yeah, I've got a newsletter that you can sign up for at doggins.com that keeps you up to date on new things that I'm doing. And I'm on Patreon as well if you like the stuff I do enough to support it financially and to see bonus videos.
Yeah, so anyway, next Everyone's a Critic will be on Baby's Kids as well, and for VHS era, I'm not quite sure what the next one will be, or if it'll be next month or next year. Might take a break, might not. Haven't quite figured out yet. But whatever I do, I'll see you soon.